Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my The Last of Us Remastered Grounded difficulty walkthrough, and in this episode we are taking on Chapter 5, also known as the Suburbs. So we start by pushing a freight pallet over the ledge, so we can get Ellie over some water later. But I'm gonna sneak into a little room where there is some good loot and also 2 passive clickers. So you want to be very sneaky when we get in here. I also use the gun aim trick because, as I mentioned in a previous episode, if you sneak while you are aiming a weapon, you automatically sneak so slowly so the infected can't hear you. And that is a great thing to do in this room because, as you can see, it's very small, and if you alert the clickers, you have nowhere to run except for into their arms. And this is not a great time to be romantic, even though there is a bed in here, but yeah, you get the picture. So anyway, I snuck in, I grabbed some gears and some gunpowder, which is always good to have, and we make our merry little way out of here again. Sometimes when you move close to a clicker that is passive, you will see him spaz for a second. That is something that is programmed into the game to keep you on your toes, or even better, make you panic and start running. But they are not onto you, and we will not let them get onto us either. So just jump down the ladder and you're safe, which is great. And here we come to the very first gunfight of the sewers. I have just picked up the gun known as the Shorty, which is kind of a pistol version of a shotgun. I think this gun should be named Useless, because that's basically what it is. It forces you to let enemies get really close to you for it to have any effect. It does pack quite a punch though, as you will see in this fight, but I don't like it. But this fight, if you're lucky, the enemies will focus more on your friends than on you, as they do in this case. So you're just gonna have to run some interference and maybe pop up around in someone's chest. As you can see, on very close range it can be very deadly, but on this difficulty you want to be, when you end up in a gunfight, you want to be in total control, and I feel that if they get that close to you, you're at the edge of losing control of the fight, and I don't feel comfortable at all with that. So while we're standing here just chilling, they are doing the grunt work for once, and Henry is going into full-on fisticuffs with one of them. You see, I'm starting to lose my patience as I waste a bullet. Didn't even touch him. That's embarrassing. But anyway, I survived. They didn't. So it's still a win.
I guess we know what happened to these people.
So moving on to one area that can be very, very hard and very, very frustrating. Because this is a rather large area and it's absolutely crawling with enemies. And the enemies consist of 1 or 2 runners, 1 or 2 clickers, and a big bunch of stalkers. And stalkers, I would say, are the most aware of the infected, and since they always try to flank you, they're always almost... One more try. Also, the most deadly was what I was gonna say. Apparently my tongue has started malfunctioning and I can't talk anymore, but I will try to do my best anyways. So we're sitting here by the door waiting for her to make her little patrol route, so we can choke her out, as one does. And that was the easy part of this place, because you have to sneak very slowly in here. I'm gonna use the aim trick again and wait here at the bottom of the stairs for another stalker that you see past there. And then start moving up. Always hug the left wall, and as soon as you reach the top of the stairs, make a immediate left. Because I'm not quite sure how her patrol route goes, but I know that it can be quite a tight window to get past her. And if she turns around and sees you, everyone will come running. But as soon as you get over here to the little play area, you're basically safe, because this clicker in front of you is what stands between you and getting on out of here, and he's passive. So we're just gonna take out our trusty old bow and deliver one arrow straight to his head. And down he goes, and no one hears a thing, which is absolutely awesome. And the very best part was that I got my arrow back, which is always great. So you help Sam up, and he pushes down the ladder, and you can get out of this place. And everything looks really easy on this run. I do believe I failed about 10 or 15 times because I had forgot the route I used to take through it. So I'm very glad I succeeded in the end, but there was a lot of frustration before I got to this point.
Come on.
So here comes a kind of a cutscene. Run into Henry and Ellie and their merry little posse of followers. So take off running like a bat out of hell. We slam through this door and we're gonna continue onwards. So you and Henry are gonna try and open this door until Sam does the heroic thing and crawls through the vents so he can open it from the other side. You're at absolutely no risk while waiting. You even have time to switch your melee weapon as I do and just take on off from as soon as you get through. As you can see right now, there is a door up to the right and a little walkway. That's where some enemies are gonna spawn. Because when you help Ellie and Sam out of the window so they can open the door from the outside, you will trigger 2 waves of enemies in that door. If you use Molotovs, you can spawn kill almost and both the entire waves, but I don't do that for some stupid reason. I usually do it like this, that I throw a Molotov that takes out most of the first wave and slam my steel pipe, what's a pipe, into the face of that clicker, and I sit here and throw a smoke grenade. If everything had gone according to plan, I would just be able to camp out by the door until it opens. But of course, since I was recording, things headed south. So I react and I adapt. So I do a little merry-go-round move around the wall, crush some skulls with my trusty old pipe, and when I reach the door again, I see that it's open, so just head for the exit and you're safe. And we go on to the last part of this chapter, which is the sniper fight. At the end of the street there's a sniper in a window, and you have to get over to him. Always stay on the left side, take this side. It's much safer than the right side of the street, because you're almost entirely in his blind spot, and we're gonna troll some enemies. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to trigger an enemy spawn, and I realize you have to get just past the corner of that house to trigger them. So we make our second attempt, go past the corner, and the enemies are triggered. Move behind the wall before you go up this ledge again, or else they may spot you. And you will see 3 enemies heading our way. One of them comes running, he goes into that house. The other one will walk between this brick wall and the house, and the third one, the little straggler down the grassy patch, will head in between the houses. And he's the guy we're waiting for, because as soon as he disappears in between them, just a second, hopefully, yep, there he goes. We jump over this ledge and start sneaking. And I sneak up until the edge of this house, or the second house, and then I start running. You can get shot by the sniper as you try to get over this fence, as I got very close to being. I could feel that bullet breeze past my head while sitting on the couch. So run into this blue house and crawl over the little desk in the middle if you want to, since I did that and that worked for me. Take out this guy and start running up the stairs, and you have a big tail of enemies chasing you. There are only 2 floors, not 3 as I thought, so make a U-turn and run into this bedroom and end up in this scripted little fight. And all the enemies behind you have now despawned. I don't think I have to tell that to you, know that yourselves, and we go into the final phase of this chapter, which is you in control of the sniper rifle. When you have the sniper rifle, you have unlimited ammo, but as you can see, the reload animation is quite long, so try to make your shots count. And the point of this is to protect Ellie, Sam and Henry from the approaching hunters. If the hunters get too close for too long, you will see a death animation, and I'm not quite sure where that respawns you if that happens, because I have actually never failed this sniper section. And not because my aim is godlike or anything like that, but just because it's not that hard, even on grounded mode, because you have unlimited ammo, every hit is a kill. So, wow, that wasn't piss poor aiming. As I said, every hit is a kill, as long as you aim better than I do. Miss them by an entire city block. So just take your time, take it easy. Maybe there is a checkpoint between this sniper battle and going down the street. I don't know. If someone knows, please write in the comments and tell me about it. And here is the second phase of this fight. It's our old friend, the armor vehicle from Pittsburgh. And it's time to sell the score once and for all. He does not pose a threat at this point in time. They will open a hatch on top of the vehicle and the guy will start throwing molotovs. Until that happens, just focus on the foot soldiers on the sides. Headshot. And when he opens that hatch, I think the enemies despawn, or I just killed the last one of them at the same time as the open hatch, but I think they despawn, and that's when you're gonna start focusing on him. Because a guy pops out, and as soon as he pops out, you pop him. And the Molotov will go back into the armored vehicle and it will take off and turn from a tank into a pressure cooker. So you see the hatch open. He throws one Molotov first where you can't hit him. Just keep your aim reticle right over the top of the tank, and as soon as he pops out, right about now, one shot, in goes the Molotov and off runs the car. And they're dead. But sadly to say, we're not quite done here yet. There is still 1 or 2
Thanks, Joel.
waves left of enemies. But now we're gonna take on some infected instead. You see me scanning the area.
Alright. We did it.
So it starts
move.
with Henry and Sam being attacked,
Sam!
which happens now. And you can shoot
Henry!
whichever infected you want, or do like me and hit any of them first. It will not affect how things play out from here on in.
You sure?
It's a scripted sequence and things
Let's
will
move!
go as they do either way. And this is the last part of the fight. There are some infected running down the street, or quite a lot of infected. Just try to take out as many as you can. So go for trench record. I don't know if you have to take out a certain amount or if it's time triggered or whatever, but I know that they start getting very close to the house. You see the L3 trigger there, and as soon as the fight is over, you'll see Joel stand up, and that is the end of chapter 5. And I want to thank you very much for watching this episode, and I will see you in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.